Hello. Can you guys hear me okay? Hopefully you can. Do you guys hear me? All right. Perfect. Thank you, Cassie. All right. So this won't be long. I can't do the long ones, but I figured we would just go through on my Facebook and read off some of these flyers. But before I do that, I guess I should probably share it, huh? Have patience with me, guys. You know how my anxiety gets the best of me with this, and I haven't been on here in quite a bit. All right. Okay. Hope you guys can see the screen okay. If not, let me know. I'll try to figure it out. Oh, I don't think you can see the other. Hmm. Mom, I wish I knew how. Bear with me, guys. I know I'm so illiterate to this stuff. I should have already had this going, but I'm no better way to do this than to just learn as we go. Mom, could you okay. I do see the media assets, but I don't see the overlay. Oh, looky there. Is that better? Can you guys see it better now? I'm so sorry. I'm so new to this. Do you see it there? By any chance? Mom, how do I make that bigger? I'm sorry, guys. I'm learning as I go. I should have put test, I guess, because obviously I have no clue what I'm doing. I wish Dawn was here because she would laugh at my dumpster fire. Oh, no. Huh. Do you guys hear me at all? I didn't realize you couldn't hear me. Yes, I was just a going. I was just reading things off. Okay, you can hear me now. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know how I did that. Okay, let me try this again. I apologize. No better way to learn though than the hard way. I tend to learn better that way anyhow. Okay, sounds still good before I start reading these? Did you guys hear any of them that I read, or should I start over? Okay, Arctic. Let me try that then real quick. I'm so sorry, guys. I had no idea. A little arrow button that will show me how to make myself small. Um, Not that one. Can you guys still hear me if I do it this way? Gosh, guys, I am so sorry. I don't know. Right, right. Well, I didn't really mute. I just I removed myself. Okay. All right, we'll do it this way. I hope that you guys, okay, you can still, all right, perfect. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Arctic. I knew I'd mess up, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, I will start over because I'm not sure that you guys heard me. Okay, let's do it this way. All right, start with Sherry Truesdale. Sherry was missing, the time that she went missing, she was 14 years old, 75 pounds, and 4'2". Sherry Lynn was last seen at the Raylis department store in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and has not been heard from since. Sherry has a mole above her upper right lip, a mole in the center of the base of her neck, and pierced ears. She was last seen wearing a blue shirt, blue bell-bottom pants, and brown loafers. Sherry also had on a pentagon-shaped aqua blue earrings and girl's wristwatch with a black band. Wow, some of these old ones, I know that some on here are going to say, well, if these are old, they're probably deceased. Well, even if they are deceased, they are human beings and they deserve to come home and have a proper burial and let their family finally have closure. So, Next. Well, if it will let me go to the next. Okay. All right, Cynthia Kuhn. Cynthia Kuhn is missing from Ann Arbor, Michigan. She was 14 years old, 5'4", 110 pounds. Cynthia left her residence en route to school to Ann Arbor. She did not attend school that day and did not return home that evening. She made contact with her family twice, once on April 1st and again on April 2nd. She did not know her whereabouts at the time of the calls. An extortion type call was received by the family on May 5th, 1970. Since that time, no further contact has been made with the family. Next, we have David Miera. Was missing from New Mexico. Last seen January 10th, 1970. He was 2 years old, 3 foot tall, 50 pounds. David was last seen on January 10th, 1970. David has a birthmark in the center of his back. He is described as having brown hair and brown eyes. We have Wendy Stevenson. She's missing from Florida. Wendy Brown Stevenson was last seen on December 29th, 1969 with her friend Peggy Ron. They were near the public beach buying ice cream. Wendy has a small mole on the center of her neck and an appendectomy scar. She was last seen wearing a blue and white checkered bikini. Foul play is suspected. And next we have Peggy Ron, which was with the last one, missing from the same place. Her friend Wendy vanished from Pompano Beach on December 29th, 1969. They were near the public beach buying ice cream. Peggy has a small scar under her right eye and a birthmark on her right knee. She was last seen wearing blue and white checkered bikini or a pink bikini. She is described to have blonde hair and blue eyes. We have Caden Westerfield. He is missing from East Ridge, Tennessee. He was last seen December 31st, 2024. He is 15 years old, 5'9", 150 pounds. I was saying earlier, and you guys probably couldn't hear me, that with his hair, I always try to find something about each missing person that if I saw that out, it would catch my eye. And for me, I have to think it's the hair. I think if I saw that hair and those brown eyes, I would. Caden was last seen on December 31st at a foster home during the early hours. He left his residence in an unknown vehicle and hasn't been seen or heard from since. His family in Palmer and Mount Eagle, Tennessee, as well as Jefferson City, Illinois. He is described to have dark brown hair and hazel eyes. Nikki Britton. She's missing from Albany, Oregon. Last seen July 16th, 1969. She was 15 at the time. 5'4", 145 pounds. You can see her age progressed photo, which I think they did very well with that. And I don't know if you guys heard me earlier with how I was just going on and on talking to myself about, I realized that I get many people commenting, these are cold cases, these people could be deceased. And yes, they could be deceased. That's okay because they are human. They have families that just want them home. Families deserve this closure. And if they are deceased, they deserve to have a proper burial, just as you and I. Nikki Britton from Albany, Oregon, excuse me. She was last seen at home in July 1969. She is described to wear glasses and has brown hair and hazel green eyes. I realize sometimes we don't get all the information or even a lot, but just her face alone, I think, someone may recognize her. We have Cynthia Constantine. She's missing from New York. Last seen July 11th, 1969. 15 years old, 5'3", 117 pounds. She was last seen wearing a white blouse, black Bermuda shorts, orange tennis shoes, and a yellow metal chain with a cross pendant. Cynthia wears glasses. Patricia Chelser. She's missing from New Mexico. Last seen July 17th, 1969. 12 years old, 4 foot tall, 86 pounds. Patricia was last seen on June 17th, 1969. She was last seen wearing a multicolored plaid dress and tennis shoes. Patricia's nickname is Patty. Next, we have Dennis Martin. Dennis is missing from Great Smoky Mountains, Tennessee. Age 6, 4 foot tall, 55 pounds, and you can see he also has an age progressed photo. Dennis Lloyd Martin was visiting the Great Smoky Mountains National Park with family members on June 14th, 1969. He was last seen between 2 and 4 p.m. that day as he played a game of hide and seek in Spence Field in the park near the Appalachian Trail. He disappeared behind a bush in the area and has never been seen again. Extensive searches of the area did not locate any evidence to his whereabouts. He was last seen wearing a red t-shirt, green shorts, white socks, Oxford shoes. And this one, I know he's gone but forgotten, but many of us had shared his flyer. And if just in case family would be watching, friends or family, condolences. He looked like a wonderful, kind man. Another found safe. I like to add found safe in here because people need hope. Some of these families are really struggling to keep hope. And I do this to show. And if you're listening, Linda, Sarah, have hope because here you go. Nicholas here, he's been found. We have another found. And another. And another. And I love to show the found because they are just as important. Okay, we have Heather. Heather's missing. She's from Hagerstown. She was last seen January 2025, 40 years old, 5'3", 90 pounds, but she's 8 months pregnant. Her father reported her missing when the family hadn't had contact for an unknown amount of time. Hagerstown Police Department put out a public bolo on January 21st. She was last seen wearing a black winter coat, black jeans, and brown boots. She also has a tattoo on her neck. Very alarming the fact that she is 8 months pregnant. James Howell. Isn't he just the adorable kid? I think he's adorable. And you see his age progressed photo. He is missing from Sterling, Illinois. Last seen May 28th, 1969. 9 years old, 4'5", 79 pounds. So he was kind of a little chunker for 9. Well, I guess not too much. Preston is about 75. James Richard Howell was last seen outside his residence on May 28th, 1969, and his nickname is Jimmy. Cornelia Enright. She's missing from Rotterdam, New York. Last seen April 24th, 1969. 18 years old, 5'2", 115 pounds. Cornelia June Enright was 19 years old when she went missing under unknown circumstances. She was last seen at Lum's Restaurant in Rotterdam at 11 p.m. April 24th. I just can't talk today. 1969 after meeting a friend. Connie's vehicle was found unoccupied on April 25th at Friendly's Restaurant on State Street. Foul play is suspected. You guys have any questions at all for me before we go on to the next? Thank you for being here, Stormy, Brandy, Molly. Sorry, guys, I'm not like Dago. I can't really go through each and every one, but I want to. Thank you all for being here. Not a drama. Thank you for being here. Okay, we'll go on. Another found safe. George Barksdale. This one's a heartbreaker. He was 4 years old, 2'6", 35 pounds. George was 4 years old when he vanished outside a West Baltimore. You know what? I'm just going to stutter the whole time. Just carry on, have cake while I stutter. Was born with a birthmark on his left calf, and his family nicknamed him Sputnik. The photograph of George Barksdale is the only one available in its time. For me, that is just so sad. I just want to reach out and hug him. Mary Lozano. Look how cute she is. Last seen February 13th, 1969. She was 4 years old when she went missing, 3 foot tall, 40 pounds. Mary was last seen February 13th. She was last seen at her home approximately 9:30 p.m. Mary has surgical scars on both feet. Yeah, I know, Peony's so cute. Those little cheeks. Oh my goodness. David Adams. And this one reminds me of my oldest son and kind of reminds me of Link too, Cass. Um, David William Adams went missing on May 3rd, 1968, while returning alone from a friend's house to his home on the 1400th block of 240th Avenue, Southeast Moore. More than 1,000 searchers and the aid of dogs combined with Tiger Mountain in these days following the disappearance, but he was never found. He was last seen wearing a green and brown plaid shirt, jeans, and high-top shoes. Janice Taylor. Janice is missing from Concord, New Hampshire. Last seen January 9th, 1968. 15 years old, 5'3", 110 pounds. At the time of her disappearance, Janice Louise Taylor had been living in Concord, New Hampshire at various addresses including 176 North State Street, 89 School Street, and Alosa Trailer Park in Manchester Street. She was a sophomore attending Concord High School in the fall-winter of 1967 and 68. Prior to attending Concord High School, she was enrolled in Manchester Central High School. She grew up in Warner, New Hampshire, with her 8 siblings. She was described as having brown eyes, brown hair. Let's see if there's any more information. No, I guess that's it on her. Mark Wilson. Mark Wilson is missing from Quincy, California. Last seen November 4th, 1967. 13 years old, 5'2", 110 pounds. He was last seen November 4th, 1967 in Quincy, California. Has not been seen or heard from since. His nickname is Wilson, and he has a slight dimple on one of his earlobes. Oh, that's adorable. And there's his age progressed photo. Jill Rosenthal is missing from Atlantic City, New Jersey. Last seen July 2nd, 1965. Oh, she was 1 years old. 20 pounds. She was with her twin. Oh, Jill and her twin brother were abandoned at age of 21 months. Jill's sister was found outside McCrory's Variety Store on Broad Street, and Jill has never been found. The image shown is a composite of what Jill may look like at 58 years old. She was last seen sometime around July 2nd, 1965. There are no known photographs of Jill. Her height and weight are estimates for when she was last seen. That's heartbreaking. You know what? Really. Yes, thank you, Wisdom. Yes, thanks everyone for joining. I did not even expect this many to be here. I'm super excited. James Bordenkircher. He is missing from Kings Beach, California. Last seen June 12, 1965, at 2 years old, 2 foot tall, 32. Oh, he weighed 32 pounds. There's his age progressed photo. James was last seen on June 12, 1965. His nickname is Jamie. After a thorough search, both on land and water, Jamie was not located. Family was staying at a cabin near Lake Tahoe, California, and the toddler walked off or was abducted. He was also an adorable little fella. Dominic Richard. He is missing from Mesa, Arizona. Last seen January 17th, 2025. 17 years old, 5'5", and weighs 105 pounds. When he left the area of, I'm going to booger this up, I know, Guadalupe and Crimson near his home, has brown hair, brown eyes, and wears his hair in long dreadlocks. Any questions, guys? Am I reading too fast? Because you know I get nervous and I turn into super speed reader. I don't see any of you complaining, so I guess I'm doing okay so far. Okay. I know I'm going to booger this name, so I'm going to call him Mr. Singleton because I already know I'm going to booger that. He is missing from Atlanta, Georgia. Last seen January 12th, 2025. 17 years old, 6'1", 120 pounds. Mr. Singleton was last seen on January 12th, 2025, around 11 p.m. in the 700th block of Pine Shoals in Atlanta, Georgia. He is diagnosed with 2 serious medical conditions. He was last seen wearing a gray Nike hoodie, gray pants, black puffer jacket, black and white Jordan sneakers. If you have any information, I know you probably can't see at the bottom of the number, so I'll just go ahead and read it. It is Clayton County Police Department, and it's 770-477-3747. Christopher McCoy. He's missing from Douglas County, Georgia. Last seen January 8th, 2025. He's 34 years old, 6 foot tall, 175 pounds. He had texted his mother that he was in a car accident and needed someone to pick him up from school on January 8th. He has not contacted his family or friends since. He was last known to be driving a 2013 white Ford Fiesta with Georgia tags SFH6439. He was last seen wearing a black Sixers jacket with a maroon hoodie. There have been reports of seeing him in the area of Five Forks Road in Gwinnett County. If you have any information or you think you see him, please get a hold of Kurt Stafford at 678-486-1247. And here's Found Safe. Sorry, I know I like to throw these in here just for hope. Linda, if you're watching, if any of the parents are watching, the Found Safes are just for you so that you can keep hope. Never lose your hope. Another found. And another. I love that part. This is why we ask you to share flyers. It's not for clicks. It's not for views. I'm not monetized. Arctic's not monetized. Mom's not. We're not. Any of the three of us are not monetized, and we just want the families to keep their hope. Another found. And as long as we keep sharing flyers, guys, there's a chance, there's more that can be found. Kathleen Shea. Kathleen is missing from Pennsylvania. Last seen March 18th, 1965. 6 years old, 47 pounds. There's her age progressed photo. I think they did really well with that. Kathleen was last seen on her way to school, walking north between 15th and 16th Streets in Tyrone. She was wearing a black hat, a beige coat with a fur collar, a red sweater, a brown jumper, red tights, red gloves, and yellow boots. Isn't she just adorable? Hey, Dinky, I see Kathy talking to you, but I don't see ya. Hey, Dinky. All right, we have James McQuarrie, missing from Fairfax, Ohio. Last seen October 15th, 1964. 9 years old, 65 pounds. There's his age progressed photo. They also did very well with that. October 15th, 1964, people saw Jimmy and his best friend Johnny around the village. They were at I guess that's Frisk's mainliner. The boys never came home. Don't know if you guys can see that number. I really can't either with this in the way. Oh, there we go. But it's Fairfax Police Department, 513-825-2280. John Hundley. John Hundley is missing from Fairfax, Ohio. Last seen October 15th, 1964. Look at his little grin. There's the grin. I always pick the grin or the hair to remember him. October 15th, 1964, people saw Johnny and his best friend Jimmy around the village. They were at Fresco's mainliner. The boys never came home. So I'm assuming he was probably with the other boy. Terry Westerfield. He's missing from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Last seen September 12th, 1964. He was 11 years old at that time. 4'7", 89 pounds. As you see, there's an age progressed photo there because that's probably what he would look like right now. Terry and his brother, Alan Westerfield, went to the movies on September 12th, 1964, and have never been seen or heard from since. Before we start this next one, do we have any questions? You guys have any questions for me? Do I still sound okay? Do I sound like Mickey Mouse or Darth Vader? Thank you for being here, Dinky. I see you now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Makes my day. No questions? Hey, Al on the prowl. Oh, thank you, Kimber. I get a little nervous up here and start speed reading, so somebody's got to reel me in when I start that nonsense. Lynn Loray. Lynn is missing from Long Beach, California. She was last seen August 17th, 1964. She was 15 years old at the time, 4'10". She weighed 100 pounds. There's her age progressed photo. Again, I think they did amazing with that. I didn't care for Summers, but I think they did excellent with this one. Lynn was last seen in the Long Beach, California area on August 17th, 1964. She may have traveled out of the area in the company of an adult male. That's scary. Lynn's eyes may appear to be hazel or green. Her height and weight are just approximate. They're guessing on it. If you have any information, please contact Los Angeles County Sheriff 323-890-5500. This one has passed, but I always want to bring these two just because of this banner at the top, gone but not forgotten. Sometimes we all need that little reminder. Robert Desmond. Oh, look at that little smile and those ears. Robert Desmond is missing from Maine. He was last seen August 1st, 1964. He was 10 years old at the time, 4'3", 70 pounds. But if you'll look over here at his age progressed photo, I think again they did fairly well with that. He went missing in August from Kensbuck, Maine. He has not been heard from or seen from since. None of that. If you have any information, please contact 207-604-1319. Todd Collette. Todd's missing from Santa Barbara, California. Last seen January 23rd, 1964. He was 3 years old at the time, 3 foot tall, and 30 pounds. Todd was last seen. He had scars on his right side of his chest, abdomen, and small lump on his left wrist. Todd was last seen wearing a white sports shirt, light beige or brown corduroy pants, and black loafers. Ooh, them corduroy breeches. If you have any information, please contact the Santa Barbara County Sheriff, 805-681-4100. Phyllis Corbin. She's missing from St. Louis, Missouri, not too far from me. November 1st, 1963. She was 16 years old at the time. She was 5'6", 155 pounds. From her age progressed photo, I'm going to guess she's quite a bit older now. Phyllis was placed on the House of Good Shepherd at the 3800 Gravois Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri. She was there in the fall, beginning of November 1963. She met another young lady, and they ran away together. That she was given a ride at the bus station, who reportedly was heading to New Orleans. But the home supposedly reported her missing, but to family, but no one has ever been able to confirm. I was originally believed the other girl may have returned 3 weeks later, but that is not proven. If you have any information, please contact your St. Louis metropolitan area, 314-231-1212. Raymond Carey. missing from Hartford, Connecticut. Just a moment, guys. I have to cough. I apologize. Sorry. Raymond was last seen at the Lithuanian Dance Hall in Hartford, Connecticut on the evening of October 25th, 1963. He did not return home after that dance. Harry had no history of running away. If you have any information, please contact the Bloomfield Police Department at 1-860-242-5501. Mary Ann. Oh, here we go with this. I'm going to bugger this up. Sorry. But Mary Ann Squatowski is how I'm going to say this, from Chicago, Illinois. Last seen January 15th, 1963. 16 years old, 5'2", 102 pounds. Mary Ann attended a carnival at a Catholic church on January 15th, 1963. 2 days after her disappearance, her parents received a short letter postmarked from Oak Park, Illinois. In the letter, Mary Ann stated that she was fine and that she was going to earn some extra money to take care of them. No further contact was ever made. It is believed that Mary may have joined a magazine door-to-door sales group that was headed to California. The husband and wife, owners of the sales organization, gave conflicting statements. The wife stated that Mary Ann left with the sales group, and her husband stated that Mary Ann never left Chicago. So if you have any information, please contact Chicago Police Department. Good luck with that. It takes forever to get through, but please try. Or contact 911. It might be quicker. It's 312-744-8266. How y'all doing in chat? Good? Any questions? Anything at all besides hurry up, doodlebug, and shut up? Am I talking too fast, Wisdom? I do that. Okay, I'll slow down. Thank you. And here's another found. Javon Green was found. Another. I'm so glad she was found. I just think her smile is adorable. Joshua Bunt, found. Missing, Phyllis Powell. She is so adorable. Woodland, North Carolina, last seen January 11th, 1963. Age 5, 3'8". Phyllis was last seen on January 11th. She was known on Ash Street in Woodland, North Carolina. There are no other photos of Phyllis. The composite shows that she may have looked like this at the time of her disappearance. Mark Yoli, Camp Eugene, North Carolina, September 13th, 1962. He was 2 years old at that time, 2'8", 30 pounds. Mark Yoli and his sister Diana have been missing since September 13th, 1962. They were last seen near their home at Midway Park. If you have any information or you think you may see them, I don't see an age-progressed photo, but in case you would, please contact 910-449-6012. Diane Moon has been missing from Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, last seen September 13th, age 7. She was 3'11", 79 pounds. Her and her brother Mark have been missing since September 13th. They were headed near their home on Midway Park. They were last seen headed to the playground. With any information, please contact 910-449-6012. Yes, Wisdom, she's a doll. Found safe, Willie Darns. Wonderful news. Ramona Price. Ramona Price has been missing from Santa Barbara, California. She was only 7 years old at the time. There's her age-progressed photo. She was 4 foot tall at the time and weighed 40 pounds. Ramona was last seen when she told her father that she was going to walk to their new house in Goleta, 5 miles away. He thought she was joking and told her to do it. She was never seen again. Her scent was tracked for 2 miles down the road before being lost. One witness reported seeing Price climb into a faded blue 1953 or 1954 Plymouth. Yes, I know, Fox. I want one of those too. The driver was described as a white man between 30 and 40 with dark eyes and hair. He had a receding hairline and thin features and wore an open collared sports shirt over a white undershirt. It is possible she was a victim of serial killer Mac Ray Edwards. Hmm. If you have any information, please contact Santa Barbara Police at 805-897-2300. Well, that's frightening enough, isn't it? Mm-mm. Any questions, guys? Do I need to like slow down and talk to Chad a little bit? Well, thank you for being here, Peggy. Late, hey, late's fine with me. I'm going to mute myself just for a minute because I have to cough, and I think it's rude to cough into here. Okay. Thomas Bowman. Thomas Bowman is missing from California. Last seen March 23rd, 19. I think that's 57. Age 8. Height 4, 4 foot. And he weighed 50 pounds. His age progressed photo is adorable too. Thomas was last seen walking with family members on a trail to a canyon. Thomas ran ahead of the family vehicle, and when his family members arrived at the vehicle, the child was not there. Any information about Thomas, please contact the Los Angeles County Sheriff, 323-526-5541. Connie Smith. Connie Smith is missing from Salisbury, Connecticut. Last seen July 16th, 1952. She was 10 years old at that time, 5 foot tall, 85 pounds. Connie was last seen on Route 44. She was staying at Camp Salone, a camper camp in Salisbury, excuse me, guys, Connecticut. Connie may have been looking for a ride. She was last seen wearing a red windbreaker, navy blue shorts with plaid cuffs, and tan leather shoes. Connie wore glasses at that time, but it is unknown if she was wearing one last seen. And I know, before anyone says anything, maybe not in this chat, but someone will comment, why on earth was that 10-year-old out doing her own thing on a bike? Do you see the year 1952? That it was okay at that time. You were outside from daylight to dark, riding your bike. You were all over the town. You came in when the street lights came on, and that was life then. It really was. It's just a different time. Ricky Bryant is missing from Wisconsin. He was last seen December 19th, 1949, at 4 years old, 3 foot 4, 40 pounds. On December 19th, 1949, a fire broke out at the children's house. She was last seen in the front yard while the fire was being put out. When the fire was extinguished, Ricky was no longer in the yard. She has not been seen or heard from since. Ricky may go by the name Jeannie. Oh my goodness, can you imagine that? Putting out the fire and then your baby's gone. Beverly Sharp is missing from Philadelphia. September 11th, 1947. She was 16 years old, 5'5", and 180 pounds. Beverly was last reported seen at a train station with a suitcase and had sent her parents a telegram at that. I love that. Sent a telegram telling that she was leaving home to marry and not to worry. She has never been heard from again. On September 10th, 1947, Beverly told her mother she had something to tell her. Beverly seemed troubled. Her mother later told police that Beverly apparently was reconsidering, later went without confiding with her concerns. The next day she just up and disappeared, leaving her parents and brother agonizing over what could have happened to her and why she had just driven away. Which at this point, maybe Beverly did just drive away. Sometimes, it happens. Yeah, right, SRB. It's like for me, playing outside was a normal thing. You rode your bike through the neighborhood. It was, you just did. Marjorie West, White Gravel, missing from White Gravel, Pennsylvania. 4 years old at the time she went missing. She was 3 foot tall, 35 pounds. I think over here it's a little. There we go. Marjorie picked wildflowers with her older sister, Dorothy, and Dorothy left Marjorie alone while she spoke to her mother at approximately 3 p.m. Marjorie disappeared about the time her sister returned to the area. She's never been heard from since. The girls, excuse me, the girl's mother called the police after an initial search of the area by family. Members produced no evidence as to Marjorie's whereabouts. Police searched with bloodhounds along the rock down to the road where the scent trail stopped. There near the road where the violets and Marjorie had picked earlier. Witnesses reported that two vehicles drove past the Wet's picnic site prior to Marjorie's disappearance. The first one was going south to Morrison just before 3 o'clock. The second was going toward Marshburg after 3. Authorities identified the cars, and neither was involved in her case. Now, what are the odds of that? I mean, really? Okay, so I'm going to take a little break here to get a drink. You guys want me to answer any questions, or are you good? When Jacob got abducted is when we started being a bit more leery of strangers. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, really? That's neat, Lisa. Yeah, I mean, and I get so many people in my comments that are so set on, well, why were those kids out alone? Why were they out alone? Well, in 1960s, 1930s, are you kidding me? Even me, a 70s baby, I mean, I was outside more than inside. You learned to poop in the woods real quick. And times have changed, Peggy, and it's scary because now you can't even let your child play out in their front yard alone 5 minutes unless you're right there with them. And that should make us all think about how times change and just how dangerous each one gets. I mean, really, that's really scary. Is that better, guys? I'm sorry. I had to cough. I'm still getting over this crap. Jonathan is missing from New York. He's missing from New York, age 23, 6 foot tall, 170 pounds. Jonathan was involved in an altercation in New York in the Riverside pub January 18th, 2014, and was last seen leaving the bar on foot at 4 a.m. and has not been seen or heard from since. Police say he suffered a laceration to his head. His glasses were broken because of that fight. He was last seen wearing a gray hoodie with a brown Carhartt jacket, dark pants, and brown work boots. He was reportedly last seen on East Main Street, New York, Route 149, from the bar headed to Paulette. His cell phone was found in an abandoned car at Loomis Trucking. If you have any information about Jonathan, please contact the Village of Granville Police at 516-642-1414. Carissa was found safe. Missing Addison Balaguyan. I think I'm saying that right. Addison Balaguyan, Union City, South Dakota. Last seen January 13th, 2025. 17 years old, 5'3", 110 pounds. She was last seen at the city park in Hardin, Iowa, where she is believed to have been picked up at the city park between 4:07 and 4:16 on January 13th. Addison is from Union County, South Dakota, and left her phone and car behind. She was last seen wearing a gray hoodie, black leggings, and white Nike shoes. She is described to have sandy blonde hair and blue eyes. If you have any information about her whereabouts, please contact Union County Sheriff at 605-356-2679. Jason Laundrie. Jason has been missing since December 13th, 2020, age 21. He was 6'1", 170 pounds. He had left his home at 10:55 p.m. on his way to visit his family in Missouri City, Texas. At some point, it's believed he wrecked his car around the 2300th block of Salt Flat Road outside Luning, Texas. His car lights were on, with personal belongings still in the car. 900 feet south of his car were all his clothing that he had believed had been wearing, his backpack and fish, and everything else he had possible with him was found a short distance away. If you have any information about Jason Laundrie, please contact Texas County General 512-936-0742. And before we go any farther, if one of the mods, any of you could go to the Missing People in America, the MPIA, on YouTube and get me a link, or could share that link for me, I would greatly appreciate it. I thought I had it on here, but I can't get to it. But they only have I think they have less than 2,000 subs, and these people work hard every day, all day to get this stuff out, and they just do not get enough credit for it. I mean, they're amazing. They're also on Facebook, as you can see over here on the right of the screen. The Missing People in America, they're amazing. They're just like the Broken Arrow Foundation. They're amazing. They are. Thank you so much, SRB. I appreciate that. Mabel Anderson. Mabel Anderson is missing from Los Angeles, California. Mabel was last known to be in Los Angeles, California. She did stay in Downey, California for a short time. Police have went to her last known address to no avail. She hasn't contacted her family since March 9th, 2023. She has a nose ring and also a tattoo on her right calf that says Yellow Boy. She is described to have black hair and brown eyes. If you have any information, please contact the Downey Police Department at 562-861-0777. Tyler was found safe. Anthony Reyes. This one is so sad. It's a mystery. Anthony was last seen on the end of his property standing next to his wife. His family has not heard from him since. He has not been seen on any cameras near the home or nearest to the roadway by his home. He just vanished by home. Anthony needs medication and was in a confused and scared state. He does not have a phone, money, or vehicle. He has several tattoos, including a lion to his chest, a rose on his right forearm, and Reyes on his calf. He is described to have black hair and blue eyes. If you have any information, please contact the Berkeley Police Department, 732-341-6600. Yeah, most of these, Arctic, I think you have one over a lot of these, almost every one. Uh, Alicia's found, she was found. Ivana's found safe. Bruce safe. Missing Aiden Martizan from Pennsylvania. He was last seen January 12th, 2025. 15 years old, 140 pounds, 5'9". Aiden was last seen around 6 p.m. in Waymart, Pennsylvania. He was on foot, headed toward Forest City in Carbondale. He was last seen wearing a black sweatshirt and a backpack. If you have any information of his whereabouts, you can stay anonymous. Just call Pennsylvania State Police, 570-253-7126. Kayla Miller. Kayla's missing from Georgia, last seen April 13th, 2015. 13 years old at that time, 5'8", 140 pounds. There's her age progression photo. Taylor left her hotel in which her family was staying around 5:15 to walk to school and was never seen again. She did not attend school that day and hadn't since. No contact. There's nobody said any contact with her friend, family member, nothing since that day. If you have any information, please contact 770-794-5300. Donald Turley, gone but not forgotten. And some of it is heartbreaking with this stuff, but I still believe that, the gone but not forgotten definitely how that's pink. I love how they do that because I'm sure he definitely will not be forgotten. Another found safe. We have Kidrin here from Connecticut. She was last seen leaving her residence with a male operating a black motor vehicle on December 26, 2024. Detectives believe Catherine may be a victim of criminal activity. She was known to frequent West Side, including Leona Park, and reported connections to West Haven, Connecticut. You have any information? She is 13 years old, so it's very, very important that she gets home. The longer she's gone, the more dangerous it gets. Please contact Stamford Police Department, 203-977-4444. Found? Awesome. Another found. Sabrina Lynch. She's missing from Indianapolis, Indiana. 41 years old, 5'5", 175 pounds. Sabrina was last seen December 27th, 2024. And recently reported to be missing from the 1500th block of Ritter Avenue. Detectives believe she may need medical attention. She is described as having brown hair and blue eyes. Another found safe. Emma Bolton. I think Arctic, you did one on her too. Arctic's done all of these, but I try to just do I don't mean to do the same ones, but it's important. We need to get these people's faces out here. Emma Bolton, missing from Jasper, Tennessee, last seen January 16th, 2025, 17 years old, 5'7". Emma, she has black hair, dyed black hair, brown eyes, and 2 nose piercings. If you have any information, contact the Jasper Police Department, 423-942-3805. And then I will do one more, and then I will catch up with you guys in chat. Dana Lindsay is missing from Tennessee, 50 years old, 5'1", 200 pounds. I feel you, lady. I'm about there myself. And Joy Lindsay got a ride from Walmart to the Dodge store on Broad in how do I say that now? Murfreesboro. Let's call it that. She was then going to travel to another location. She has not been seen since December 20th, 2024. She was last seen wearing a Lilo and Stitch jacket, a blue hoodie, and black leggings. She has a mole on her right arm, scars on her right arm, and her left leg, left knee, chest, and abdomen. She is described to have brown hair with brown highlights and brown eyes. Okay. Come back over here. All right. Okay, guys. So, what do you guys want to chat about? I've missed you guys so much, and I'm not in Dagos anymore, so I just I missed our little connections. Oh, I love you too, Kimber. I'm sorry, guys. I know this was a train wreck, but choo choo. I wouldn't have it any other way. All right. I don't see any questions. Oh, love you too, Stormy. Thank you for being here so much. Well, if you guys don't have any questions, I'll just go ahead and end it there to be a live of an hour. So that actually works out okay. Anybody want to come up here and talk? You want to talk about a case, or Lisa, you want to come up here and tell me about Barbara Cotton? Anybody? Don't all speak at the same time. All right, guys. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate every one of you. I don't think you understand how much I have missed my chat people so much. I do. I'm so thankful to see Dinky popping in here. I didn't expect that. I noticed after I went live that he was live, so I'm sorry, Dinky. I did not do that on purpose. Oh, I am way far down here in comments. Okay, let's see. Oh, just a second. I'm gonna let my dog out of this room before he gets angry and starts squeaking. Go on. I have a whiner dog. He just whines. All right, guys. Well, I guess I'll end this then. Nobody wants to come up or you want to chat about anything. I love you too, Wisdom. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you all. All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys have a great evening. Remember, it's okay to not be okay. You need help with anything, we can reach out to me. If you're struggling, reach out to me, because chances are I'm probably struggling too. We can be crazy together. All right. And no, I never judge. I sin every day. But all right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. This means the world to me just to see you in here, just to know that you support me. It means a lot to a soft heart like me that appreciates every single one of you. Have a great night. I love you guys. Bye-bye.